Hi guys, I am here a little bit early because this is the first time that I'm doing a YouTube live, so I wanted to make sure to test everything out. So if you're here, please let me know. Let me see how I can get the chat box. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait a bit. I wanted to jump on here and wait just a moment just to let people join us live. But you guys, I got so many questions from you guys that I'm excited. So if you are here with me live, please let me know. Let me see if okay, the chat. I think I can see the chat now. Leave a comment. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know who's here. Just let me know so I know I'm not talking to myself, which is okay too, because I know a lot of you can't join me live. I know this is a spur of the moment kind of thing, but I'm excited to get started because we have so many questions, you guys. But I just want to make sure everything is good. So we're just going to wait a few moments just to see if anybody else wants to join us. To list all available commands, enter. So I'm going to test out the chat. Hello. Does that work? Can you see my hello? Let me know. If you're just joining me, please leave me a comment down below so I know that this is good to go. Let's see. I want to make sure I can read your comments. Because like I said, this is the very first time I'm ever doing a YouTube live. I've done several Facebook lives. So bear with me for a moment and then we're gonna get to all the questions. So I see we have a couple people here, but I wanna make sure that I can read your questions. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get started very, very soon. I have your questions through email as well. Okay, so if you're just joining me, leave me a comment. Let me know your name. Tell me where you're from. Let me know if you're an online boutique boss, or maybe that's a goal of yours that you wanna open an online boutique down the line and you're getting ready to do so. I'll just start with who I am. So I am Monika, in case you didn't know. I'm a online boutique boss and I'm also a boutique coach. So I help entrepreneurs just like you start and grow their own successful boutique businesses. So I am here today to jump on here and just answer any questions that you might have. I know it's been quite some time since I posted a YouTube video. It's been almost 2 months, guys, and I know that's one thing. One of my own personal goals is to stay consistent with YouTube. You know, I'm consistent in a lot of other aspects of my business, except YouTube, and I love YouTube. I think it's a great place to share everything that I've learned as a boutique owner, get to know you all, to chat with you. So again, I hope I can see your comments because in my chat box, I cannot see any comments unless there are no comments. Okay, let me look at my phone. Can see your comments because in my chat box. What's up? Live chat. Okay, I can see your comments. Oh my gosh, okay. Alfredo says, ready, I can hear you. And then we got a hello, hey from Queenie. No, I think you might be saying if you have a boutique, right? Hello, can you see mine? I want to start an online boutique. Can I see yours? I'm not too sure. Can I see your question? If you sent me a question through email, then I have that. Okay, so I'm glad to see. Hi, Morgan. So I'm reading your comments right now, trying to figure out this YouTube live, but this is so far so good. Okay. Okay, so let's get started then, you guys. If you have any questions, leave them, put a capital Q, and then write your question so that I know it's a question and it's just not like a conversation. that would be awesome. So those of you who are saying that you have a boutique, let me know how long you've been a boutique owner. Is this something new, or is this something you've been doing for maybe, you know, a year or two? Let me know. I would love to hear all about your boutique, or if you want to leave your link in the comments, I would love to check out your boutique as well. And yeah, so let me know. Okay, we have a question. I'm trying to start one right now, Morgan says. Okay, cool. Okay, so I will get to your question, Sam. You said, can you talk about resale tax IDs? I'm a minor. Okay. Okay, I will get to your question in just a second. Okay, cool. Let me just leave that right here. When, oh my gosh, you guys, and the questions. Okay, this is good. Okay. So I actually get questions all the time on my Instagram and through email, through Facebook. And one of the most common questions is all about inventory. So I think I will start there. Are we ready? Okay, it's 5 minutes in. Let's start with inventory. And let's see, where's the best place, website to purchase clothing for resale? Okay. Do you mean gently used resale, or do you mean new wholesale? Let me know. Let me know, because I get a lot of questions regarding, you know, like gently used clothing and reselling that, or if you're talking wholesale new items, wholesale retail items. Let me know. Either way, let's start with inventory. So in case, I'm not sure if you guys know, but I have a video on inventory on my YouTube channel, and I talk all about vendors and all that good stuff. But the question I get asked all the time is where can I find wholesale vendors, right? And I know this is a question that a lot of people, you know, they don't want to talk about, because, and I understand why. I completely understand why. And that is because, you know, boutique owners spend years and years of trial and error of trying to find good quality wholesale vendors that are reliable and you can continue shopping from, and just, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort to do that. So I completely understand why that's kind of like a touchy subject for people. Now, that being said, the best place to get inventory is, of course, online and through wholesale platforms, like a wholesale dedicated platform, which you can go to. One of the biggest ones in the world is fashiongo.net. Let me see if I can write that down. I'm not sure if you can see my my chat. Fashiongo.net is a great place to find wholesale products. So let me know if any of you have purchased on fashiongo.net, have any experience with fashiongo.net, or maybe this is the first time you've ever heard this wholesale platform. Let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, new wholesale, cool. Can I make custom retail? Question. Okay, so on fashiongo.net, basically you have a ton of different vendors that you can choose from, so many different styles and categories, whether you sell plus size or shoes or juniors or women or kids or jewelry. It's just a hub where you can go and purchase from a lot of different vendors, okay? Now, again, going back to, this is like a sacred subject for a lot of people. In our online Boutique Boss course and community, which I'm not sure if a lot of you know, I have an entire community filled with Boutique Boss members who are part of our course, and I've walked them through building their businesses, step-by-step building their businesses. And in our community and course, I have an entire module and lesson plan dedicated to inventory. So we go a lot more into detail, where I give you a list of vendors that I recommend from all different styles that I've worked with. And, you know, you can also reach out to me if you have any specific style that you're looking for. Maybe you want like simple, simplistic style bodycons or midi dresses. That's like your boutique vibe. Then I would, you know, I cater towards you, and I give you an entire list of vendors that I recommend. So that is something that is exclusive for our course and community. But again, that being said, fashiongo.net is a great place to kind of search around different vendors and kind of test out different vendors. And yeah, so hopefully that helps answer your question. Again, we have an entire video on my YouTube channel about inventory tips, do's and don'ts. So maybe I will link that video for you after this Q&A. Okay, let's go to the questions. Okay, so Sam asked, can you talk about resale tax IDs? I am a minor and you need to be 18 to obtain one. So I want to start with my mom's name now. Okay. Another question that I get asked all the time, and that's your business documents, business licensing, and tax IDs. Now, I do have to say a disclaimer that I am not a legal professional. I'm not a business lawyer or a tax accountant. Therefore, I'm unable to give legal advice. And I know that's not the answer that you want to hear, but not only that, it's completely different for every state and county. It's completely different criteria for every state and county that you're in. So for me to tell you, to do this and this and that, it may not even apply to you and where you are in the world. So my advice to you is to just head over to your local city hall. They will answer your questions. Head over to your county's clerk's office, and they will give you the paperwork and everything that you need. It's generally a simple process. And a lot of things that you can do and you can complete online. Now, I wouldn't recommend using your mom's name unless she's part of your, your business. That's just one thing I would say. So yeah, so hopefully that helps anyone else who maybe had questions on business licenses and all that stuff. I know it sounds intimidating, but again, reach out to your local tax guy, tax guy in your area, or just head over to your local city hall. And again, your county's clerk's office. They're going to be able to answer your questions right then and there. And again, it's different for every state and county, but the process is fairly easy. Okay, so hopefully you found that helpful. So how do you get a seller's permit? The same whole spiel that I just said, but you can go online and get a seller's permit depending on the state and county that you're in. Just type in seller's permit. It may also be called a resale license, and you can just apply online. It's really that easy. And in most scenario or in most instances, you can, you just do it right there online. You can get a seller's permit and an EIN number, which is your employer identification number as well. Again, always reach out to a tax professional and your legal consultant. But just from my experience, very easy to get an EIN number and your reseller's permit online. I'm trying to think the top of my head the website, but again, it's different for your county and state. Sam says, okay, thank you so much. I just want to get started ASAP. So you wouldn't recommend I work under my mom's name until I'm 18. Yeah, talk to your mom about it. Talk to her about the goal that you have. I think it's awesome. It's so awesome that you are only 17 years old and you already want, you're ready to go in there and start your business. That is awesome. So I'm pretty sure, if you talk to your mom, just about, your goals and just, so she can be there with you, every step of the way. And I think that's so awesome. So congrats to you. I think that's amazing. Okay. Let's go back up. Okay. Queenie says, I have a boutique on Poshmark. Woohoo. Poshmark. If anybody is on Poshmark, leave your username, your closet in the comments so that I can go and follow you and share all of your items, because I love Poshmark and I'm on there as well. I'm at It's Monika Rose. Okay. At times, sales get pretty slow. How can I keep selling? How can I keep the sales coming consistently? Also, how should I market my closet on other platforms? Okay, so to market your closet on other platforms, if you mean other buy-sell platforms, probably not the best, the best idea to market your platform on other buy-sell platforms. That might probably in most cases against their criteria, their guidelines and rules. But other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook is a great way to market your Poshmark closet on those sites. Really, to answer your other question, sales get pretty slow. How can I keep the sales consistent? Well, that's the thing. It takes consistency within yourself to constantly be posting new items. If you can't do it every single day, posting every single week. Create a listing in your closet for new arrivals, right? To tag your existing customers or to tag people who are interested in new arrivals. It really takes consistency in you sharing your closet every single hour if you can, right? Share your closet at least once every single hour. If you can't, every other hour, just do your best with the time that you have, and just stay consistent with that. Now, that being said, you can always, share and follow. But if your closet overall is not overall a cohesive looking brand, then you're going to do all that work for not enough payoff. Your first step is to really look at your closet overall and look at it and see, is it consistent, right? Do I have the best photos the best clear photos of my products? Do I have the most descriptive descriptions, right? Take the time and look at every single one of your listings. Just do it one listing at a time and just make sure that your listing is the best that it can absolutely be. Because if you do all the work of sharing and following, and then somebody goes back to your closet and they don't get the first impression of, okay, I'm interested in these listings, then you're gonna lose a potential customer, right? Because it only takes, and this goes for your website, and this also goes for Poshmark as well. It only takes a few seconds for someone to make that first and lasting impression of your closet or of your boutique before they decide to just move on, right? So we want to make the first and lasting impression. And it really, really starts with your overall look of your closet. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully that helps answer your question. I know I go on and on and on about all these other factors, but it's really important to start with that. So let me know if that helps answer your question. On other platforms, just post on Instagram. Make sure you have your link in your bio on Instagram and continue to put your new products on there. Okay. Have you ever attended Magic in Vegas or Market in Dallas to find vendors for clothing? What do you think about them? And yes, I have attended Magic in Vegas. So those of you who don't know what Magic is, it's a whole trade show convention where it's like 3-4 days, a huge convention with all these different booths of different vendors, where, instead of online, where you're shopping online for your inventory, all of the booths and vendors and brands are there in one place. It's actually really fun. And I recommend to at least go to one big wholesale trade show at least once in your whole boutique lifetime career, because it is it's just overall a great experience to be able to look at the products, feel the quality of the products, find new brands that you may have never found online, right? I like to go to really find brands that maybe I didn't come across on fashiongo.net or any other website. And you can also go to build relationships with the vendors and, make contacts. So I would absolutely recommend going to a trade show. Yeah, absolutely. That also reminds me that in our course, the Online Boutique Boss course, I actually have an entire video dedicated to trade shows, and I give you all the tips and tricks I tell you exactly what to be prepared for, exactly what to bring and how to register. So we have an entire video dedicated to trade shows. So if those of you who are interested in being a part of our course and community, I wasn't planning on like putting it out there because it is a wait list right now. Feel free to join our wait list to be part of our course. That should be in the description of this video, which is join.monikaRoseSF.com. You can be put on the wait list to be part of our boutique community. So yes, definitely go. I've never been to the Dallas trade show, but a few of my members in my course, they've gone and they've really enjoyed it there as well. Okay. Okay. Alfredo says that my aesthetic for my boutique in the 80s, early 90s fashion. Okay, cool. But I also want to do modern juicy couture style. You know, I think that is honestly coming back and I'm so for it. 2,000 bags and outfits, but I don't know how to do both. Should I separate the labels and brands? Well, you know, I always say when you're trying to figure out like what categories to do, what style to have for your boutique is, I always say it's easier for yourself to start with one genre or category or niche at a time. Okay, so focus on one thing at a time and then expand from there. I'm not saying that you can't, you know, evolve down the line and include different styles, include different categories, but I find it's so helpful if you can just focus on one category at a time and just own it, right? Just own that category, be known for that category. And then, you know, when it comes to your branding, you can kind of brand yourself as someone who's, you know, bringing back the decades or something like that. You know, that's just coming from the top of my head, but yeah, so yeah, definitely focus on one thing at a time to just for your own sanity. And that's also going to help you when it comes time to really finding your target customer, finding your customer. If you can really be specific, then you can also be specific in targeting the right customer, that your ideal customer, because when you can target your ideal customer, then you have a higher chance, or it ups your conversion rate for your sales, right? So it's important to really cater towards a specific niche in your categories instead of trying to sell to every single person out there. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Do I go separate labels or brands? If you're talking about labels like your own logo and label, just keep it all under one umbrella. Hi, Monica. Do you charge taxes for online products, shipping to another state or country? Again, I wish I could go over tax things and such, but again, I am not a licensed tax professional. So I cannot answer those questions. I can't give you those answers. But I'll tell you what, I do know someone who is a tax professional. She is so very, very helpful. And I will leave a link to her info for you guys. Yeah, she's awesome too. She's also a coach as well, a boutique coach for fashion boutiques, and she does accounting and all that stuff. So I will leave her info for you all after this live video. Okay, what are some good starter sites that I can use to create a website? It's let's see. I get this question all the time, so I'm trying to think of some good starter sites. What I always recommend is try out the trial period on maybe 3 different sites. Okay, I personally recommend Shopify and Squarespace. Squarespace is actually beginner level friendly. It's very visual and easy to drag and drop features. And Shopify is very e-commerce focused. So they're going to have a lot of apps. They're going to have a lot of integrations that are helpful for you to manage your boutique. So I would recommend doing the trial period of Squarespace and Shopify. I've tried many platforms out there, and these are really the two that I recommend. I'm sure there's a lot out there that are great as well. And it's really your preference, because we all work in different ways, right? We all work differently. We all have different priorities of what we want on our website. So test out those two trials. I have a link also. I have links everywhere. I have a link in the description of this video for Shopify. So you're welcome to go through that link. It is an affiliate link as well. Now, also in our course, I have a dedicated website module as well, where I talk about, I do a complete overview comparison of different wholesale platforms, so that you can kind of see which one works best for you. And then I also show you what you absolutely need to have on your website, how to add different things on your website. And I have an entire module walking you step by step on growing and building a professional looking website, that you don't need to hire a professional to do it, guys. And you know, that's something down the line that you can maybe invest in. But you know, I honestly think that you can do it yourself, because nowadays a lot of these platforms have a lot really great templates and whatnot, and different features. So that is my advice for you. Okay. Okay. How do I ask for samples from wholesalers I want to purchase from, buying products from them? Okay, the thing is, when you're just starting out, there are samples that you can ask for, but that is usually when you are going to buy a huge amount of inventory, and first they do the sample product, and then they go to the manufacturer, and then they go to you. Whereas if you're buying from a wholesale vendor, that middle man there, most likely they're not going to offer you any samples. Now that being said, if you want to test out maybe their fabric, you want to test out the quality of their clothing, just do one pack at a time. One pack is in most cases 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges. Just test out one pack from all these other vendors at a time, and see, and you can see, you know, their customer service. You can see the quality of their products. You can see how well or how fast they ship out your products, and those important factors that you want to keep in mind, as well as the product itself. And also look at the reviews. If you're wondering, oh, you know, I want a sample of this product, kind of look at their overall reviews and see what other buyers are saying, because those are real buyers. I've left reviews for people before, and those are real buyer reviews. Okay. Okay, you guys, are you guys enjoying this Q&A? Please let me know you're enjoying this. Say in the comments, Online Boutique Boss, if you're enjoying this video, and if you would like me to do more of these live videos. Let me know if this is something you're enjoying. Leave me a comment and let me know. Okay, next question. Morgan asks, as a boutique owner, do you wear your own clothes to advertise? If so, are the clothes items that you're going to sell, or do you buy them from yourself? Okay, good question. This blouse I'm wearing right now is something that I sell in my boutique, and it's cute. It's like, it has ruffles on the bottom. It has ruffles on the bottom. So yes, I do advertise my own clothing. I get asked all the time when I'm walking out and about, you know, I love your sweater, I love your blouse, where did you get it? And I just, okay, well, a matter of fact, this is my website. And yeah, it's a great way, easy way to market yourself. That being said, you know, try not to get too carried away and keep every single item for yourself, because that's taken away from your profit. And your other question was, do you buy it from yourself? I don't technically go into my system and swipe my card or anything like that as a customer, but at the end of the month, or when you're going to be filing your taxes and all that stuff, or doing your P&L statement, I have a separate section that is, I forget the exact name of it, but I have a separate section where I keep track of the inventory that I've either kept for myself or I've given away for advertising purposes that were not technically sold. Okay, so does that make sense? Let me know if hopefully that makes sense. But yes, you want to keep track of that. But yeah, it's a cool way to advertise your clothes. How much is your course? How successful has it been for those that have been through it? So the course is $97 a month. It's $97 a month for 12 months, and you get lifetime access to the course. And that's your investment, and that's there's so much value in it. And to answer your question, how much have successful, what was your question? How successful has it been for those that have been through it? We've actually have quite a few people who have built their websites, and they're doing so well that now they're branching off to doing pop-up shops. So, which is awesome. So, they went into it thinking that, they were just going to learn how to do their online boutique. And now that they have, a steady flow of income coming in, a steady flow of sales coming in, and now they're branching off to doing, temporary pop-up shops. And I think that is so amazing. We have some members who are now working with top style influencers, with bloggers. They're doing collabs now, and they're writing their own blogs. So I've seen so much success, and it takes a lot of work, guys. I'm not going to say it's just all handed to you. I'm of course there to tell you exactly and to show you exactly what to, how to grow your boutique. But it really takes a lot of work from you guys to put in the work. And if it's something that you can really see yourself doing as a career, and something that you can really see yourself putting your time and energy into it, because it's going to take your time and energy to really implement all of the strategies, then yeah, I would love to have you in the community. And that being said, I only want to, the reason why we have a wait list is because I only open the doors in groups, because I only let in a group of members in at a time, so that I can focus on each of those members to see where they're at in their business and to answer all of your questions. And to be honest, I have dozens and dozens of members, and I have no refunds. I have had no refunds, and my refund policy is 30 days. So if you can go through the entire course, you have 30 days to go through it all. If you do the work and you show me the work and you still don't get any value, then you get 100% your money back. And the reason why I did that is because I'm so confident in everything, in all the modules and all the lessons, that I'm just so confident in you guys finding so much value in it, that's why I have that guarantee. But to be honest, we have probably 40 or so members, and there's no refunds. So that kind of tells you a little bit, which is exciting. So we have two different payment options. It's the monthly payment and the one-time payment. And yeah, you get lifetime access to me. And I do these live Q&As every single month. Every single month we do these live Q&As. So I answer your questions. So we have like one-on-one time together, which I feel like that's like the most valuable thing, is to have access to somebody to answer your questions. I just think that that's the most value you can get out of it. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay, Monica, I still want to sign up for your classes. It's still available. Money was tight, and I don't want to waste. Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you were part of our wait list before, you can join the wait list again, and in our next round, then we'll open the doors and you can join us again. So again, you can just go to join.monikarosesf.com, and that's Monica with a K. And you can join the wait list. Okay, let's go back to the questions. Let's go back to the questions. Okay, Sam asks, when running an online business out of your home, do you recommend investing in office space? Do you store your inventory? Okay, good question. And again, going back to my mantra that I always say is to work with what you have and make the absolute best out of it. You don't have to right out of the jump go get, pay for an office space, even though it would be ideal, right? You can have your own space, have as much inventory to store, right? But if you have a space in your home where you can dedicate this little section of your inventory while you're starting out, then go ahead and do that, right? For me, we all have different, lifestyles, right? I live in the Bay Area where our homes are smaller homes, right? So that being said, I've ran my business in my home for many years. And I've also had office space as well. And I've also had a dedicated room in my home as well. So I've gone back and forth, and we're actually moving at this moment. So we are planning to move within the next year. So right now, my own business is in my home until I can find another warehouse. So you can absolutely have your inventory at home if it's going to save you the budget in the beginning, and then down the line, of course, you want to be able to expand and work from an office space, then that's a great option as well. Because of course, the more inventory that you have, then the more potential profit that you have, right? But you guys, if you can make it work, make it work. If you can, have your inventory, it's ideal to lay out your inventory on racks and have everything organized. But if you don't have the space for that, then, you can get clear bins at Target. Make sure everything's organized. You can stack up your bins to the ceiling, right? Don't let it stop you. And I know this is probably not even answering your question like directly to you, but I'm just saying it in general. Work with what you have and make the absolute best out of it. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Will you do a meet and greet with the fans? I would love to do that. That's something that is one of my goals. I would love to put together like an event where we can get together, and it's something that we can chat, we can talk about business or not. We can have different workshops. We can have different people speaking. I mean, I would love to just get together and have like a meetup. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. So that's probably where I would probably start out. So if any of you are interested in meeting up and doing something, small or even like an event a little bit bigger, let me know. Let me know if that's something you want to do. I would love to put that together. That's actually one of my all-time dreams, is to have like a huge convention with all of you all together, just online boutique bosses all together. Okay. Let me know if I missed your question. Monica, can you run an online business if you live in a rental place? I also live in the Bay Area, but I have no idea regarding the city ordinance. Again, go to your city, your local city hall, and there may be a form that's called home occupancy form, where the city knows, or the county, I should say, actually, it's your county, knows that you're running a business from your home. Okay, so again, every state and county is different, but ask them, let them know, hey, I'm planning on running a business online for my home. Is there any additional information that I need to fill out? Okay, so again, double check in your county. You should be good to go on that. Okay, I love the idea of pop-ups. Can you give a little more info on doing one, please? Sure. Pop-up shops, if you don't know, they can be a lot of different forms of things. You can do, yeah, I've done festivals, right? It's 2-day festivals within my area where it's 2 days. You set up a pop-up shop tent, and it's like a 10 by 10 tent. It's a festival. So check in your area if there's any like local events happening, and you know, ask for a vendor application, and that's how you can get started, is just look local. My advice would be to, before you like go into it and pay for the vendor fee and all that, to actually attend the festival before you are a vendor in the festival, just so you can get an idea of, you know, the people who are there, right? Are these people your target customer? Take a look at other people's booths, right? Is it a festival that's maybe selling just a wine festival, right? So is that your target audience? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So you want to take a look at the other booths and vendors and what other people are selling and see if you can mix in well. You can also check out the Facebook events of that festival, and you know, if they have a large following, like the people who are hosting the festival, if they have a large following, then that will tell you, you know, if there will be enough people in attendance. So, you know, just kind of look around your area, go to events in your area, and go from there. So yes, I've done pop-up shops and festivals for several years, and I love doing them. I'm actually going to be at the San Francisco Treasure Island Flea Market next weekend. Yeah, next weekend, which I used to go there all the time. And I'm excited to get back to that because I haven't been there in so long. And I've done pop-up shops. I had a storefront for 5 months. So that's another option, an actual temporary storefront for a longer period of time. So that was an experience. So yeah. Also, that reminds me, the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I'm actually going to have another separate course just for pop-up shops alone. So yeah, you guys are probably the first ones to know that. So if that's something you're interested in down the line, I do recommend having a website up and running before you do any sort of pop-up shops. So your first step is to get your website up and going. That way, when you're at the pop-up shops, you can start building your customer base and you can start handing out your business cards, and then you're going to grow your customers online, right? That's the point to that too. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Monica, do you have any tips for online stores that feature handmade clothing? Tips as in how to brand it, how to sell it. I mean, yes, I do have some tips. And first, I think that is amazing. Sorry, girl problems. First, I think that is an amazing feature to promote. That's an amazing part of your brand, that you sell handmade products, because there is a specific target customer who loves handmade products, right? Who support local businesses, support local handmade. So my advice is to really make that part of your brand, right? That your boutique is known for your handmade products, whether it's handmade by yourself or maybe you carry other local designers who are, you know, have handmade products in your store. I think that's something you should absolutely be part of your branding, and you should really put that into your boutique, and that would be my first piece of advice for you. Yeah, so hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay, Monica, good one. Which sells better, high street brands or high-end brands? And there's not really, they both have pros and cons, right? The way you market yourself, really the way you brand yourself, the way you present your items, how you photograph your items, and just your overall boutique as a whole is the most important factor. So you can be successful and sell high-end brands or high-end street brands. Either one, you can be successful. It's really about how you lay out your products. And most of the time, people buy from people. So if you can be authentic and genuine and put your personality, your personal touch into your boutique and into your brand, then that's really going to stand out for a lot of people, because people want to buy from actual people instead of just huge brands out there. It's really all about the small business owners these days, so yeah, that's my answer. I think they both can be great. There's a specific target audience for each category. And if you want to sell to high-end brands, you're going to find a market for people who want to buy, who love those, fancy brands, you're going to be able to find that. And then you're going to be able to find people who enjoy the high street brands. So that's my take on that. Okay, I think we're trying to see if I missed any questions. So I think we have questions in my email. I want to make sure I cover those. So what time are we? 10:45. Okay, cool. I don't know. You can't see my screen, can you? I don't think so. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have a question from Kiana, and Kiana has, I'm not sure if you're here with me live, but Kiana asks, what's a good budget to start an online-only boutique inventory-wise? Okay, so what's a good budget to start an online boutique for your inventory? And again, going back to my mantra, guys, work with what you have and make the best out of it. Work with a budget that you have. So I'm not going to tell you an exact number, which I know you want to hear this exact number, but really work with what you have. So that being said, it's good. I always say that it's important for your website to look full, right? We want to give off the impression that we have a full stock website. So what does that definition mean of a full stock website, right? It's really to give you a number, I always recommend having 50 styles at a time in your boutique, because and that means each category that you carry. So 50 styles is a good number to have. And then you want to, of course, increase that number over time. But that doesn't necessarily mean you absolutely have to have 50 styles. It's really about how you lay out your website and your products, right? So if you only have 20 styles on your boutique, then a way to make it look full is to have a Shop All tab on your website, right? Make that the prominent navigation tool or tab on your website. So Shop All, so you have this whole list of products. So again, the perception is your products look full, right? So let me know if that makes sense to you guys. But again, it's always important to have a good amount of inventory, just so it looks like, we're a legit business, even if you've only been in business for a month compared to a few years, no one's really going to know that. It's really how you present your website. We have good professional quality boutique websites. So keep in mind that when you are purchasing, inventory to kind of give you a cost, right? If you're buying wholesale clothing, usually the packs come in 6 pieces at a minimum, right? So you're going to get 2 smalls, 2 mediums, and 2 larges. So depending on, the prices vary, but your one pack can be $80 to $100, right? So that kind of hopefully that gives you an idea of how much it will cost. Again, these are general terms, So if you're selling jewelry, that's a whole other, you know, budget right there. If you're selling shoes, that's a whole other budget. But again, just general clothing, one style, one color, usually one pack is about, you know, $80 to $100 or a little bit more or less. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay, is there a way I can work around from ordering in bulk? I would like to have 2, maybe 3 pieces of each item, not 6 to 8. You know, that really depends on the vendor. Really depends on the vendor. My advice would be to call the vendor, email the vendor, and ask them. You never know, because I have come across vendors who maybe they themselves had like an odd amount of items left or units left. So maybe they can give you a special order. And it really depends on the vendor, and ask them, you know, hey, I would love to continue shopping or continue to be a buyer on your website. For this piece, I'm really only looking for, you know, two to three items. Is there a way we can customize the bundle, right? So just reach out to your vendors. That's why I always say it's important to kind of try to build a relationship with your vendors, right? Again, I talked about this in our other inventory video, but yeah, you know, it may not be something that's very common in some cases, but it does not hurt to ask. I know maybe if you are reaching out to maybe local designers who maybe they're not like a huge wholesale brand or anything, and they're just local designers, say like on Etsy. I've done this before where I've emailed, you know, if there's like jewelry designers on Etsy that I really love and I want to feature in my boutique, I'll email them directly and I'll say, hey, I love your items. Do you have any minimum requirements for wholesale? Would really love to sell your product, to feature your products on my website. And you can kind of, you know, Etsy is a great place to kind of negotiate those bulks, if that makes sense. Okay, let me go back to the email because you guys, I got so many questions. Okay. Whew, this is going so well. I was not sure how this was going to go because I literally, yesterday, I was just thinking to myself, you know, I've been so busy working on videos for our course that I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys. I haven't had a chance to do new videos on my YouTube channel because I've been really putting all of these new videos in our course, and I just felt the urge that, you know, I just want to talk to you guys. So I'm so glad you guys showed up today. That makes me happy. Okay. How do you keep, Jordan emailed me and she asked, how do you keep track of your inventory in the beginning and when your business increases? Are there any apps for this to simplify it? There's quite a few apps to keep track of your inventory. Actually, might have been a year or two ago, I actually did a video on a really awesome app. It's called Bottom Line. That video should be somewhere on my channel. It's a great way to start out. You do have to manually enter your sales and your inventory, but they have a really good visual tool. So that's a really awesome app to use. Of course, QuickBooks is the most general way to keep track of your inventory, your accounting. It syncs in and integrates with a lot of website platforms, such like Shopify, for instance. And then there's other platforms as well, where I'm kind of blanking on the name right now, but those are honestly pretty pricey. So to start out with, I probably wouldn't recommend those other, but there are other inventory tools out there that are good too. But again, they're really, really pricey. And you guys, I don't want you to spend all of your budget on all of these fancy tools because you don't need all these fancy tools right now, right? When you're starting your business, the most important thing that you want to focus on is really your branding. Think about your products, the style of your boutique, move on from there, right? And then your next step, think about your business name, right? Once you do that, then you can do your paperwork, right? And these are all one-time things. So right in the beginning, it kind of seems like, you know, you're putting all of your budget into these one-time costs. But the good thing is that these are all one-time costs, right? In the beginning. Now, your licensing, you may have to renew your business license every year, but again, that's every year. And then move on to figuring out your website platform. So yeah, you guys, I always go on and on about, I get distracted. Okay. So did I answer your question? Inventory, yeah. And then in our course, you guys, because of course I have to keep things exclusive. You know, I'm so open to telling you guys everything, but I do have to keep things exclusive for my members. And one of those is keeping track of your inventory is going to be an exclusive video. Currently, it's a bonus video for our members that will be here next month. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a template for your Excel, because I think Excel is great to start with, and another platform that I recommend as well. So that, hopefully that helps answer that. Okay, Monica, can you talk about branding and which website can you sell handmade items? I found a website, I believe it's Shopify. I wonder if it's worth it since they handle everything for you. Can you talk about branding and which website can you? So are you talking about going on a platform and they sell your items for you? They handle everything for you. Because Shopify, correct me if I'm wrong, Shopify is a platform that you manage. There might be other businesses who also use Shopify to manage your items. Maybe you're talking about drop shipping, or let me know. How long is the average shipping when ordering from Fashion Go? That varies so much on the vendor, because remember, on Fashion Go, you're working with all these different vendors, right? So it really depends on the vendors. I've had vendors where they've taken months, to be honest, to ship out my products, and I've had vendors where they ship out the very same day, and it only takes, usually, generally, because I've really established my relationship with my vendors, and I usually shop with the same vendors. I get my items within 2 days. But again, it really depends on the vendors, and if you're ordering, maybe your items are on pre-order, maybe it's on back order. But for the most case, you can get your items fairly quickly, which is great. And another cool option is consolidating your shipping. So if you are purchasing from other vendors, there's an option where you can have it so it's consolidated, meaning that you just get one big package in the mail instead of getting all these separate packages. Should probably help you save on shipping costs. The one thing is about that, if you're going to do consolidating shipping, that each vendor, you have to wait for all of those items to be ready. So that may take a little bit longer if you do consolidating shipping, because each vendor has to be ready with their items. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Morgan asks, starting out, do you think it's okay to just order one pack of each style? Yes, absolutely. I recommend you doing one pack at a time until you kind of get the hang of if you like this vendor, so you can test out this style. Now down the line, when you start getting the hang of your boutique, and you're starting to get a little bit more traffic coming in, of course you want to kind of up those numbers, because again, the more inventory that you have, the more potential profit that you have, that you can potentially have. And plus, I always recommend trying to take your own boutique photos. And I know that's a lot of work. So if you're going to put the work into taking those boutique photos and you only have one pack at a time, then you kind of have to think about your effort as well. But all that being said, yes, you can absolutely start with one pack at a time. Get a feel of the products, get a feel of the style that you're carrying in your boutique, And that's one other thing, you guys. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy with the inventory, right? You see one style here, see one style there. You know, one day you're buying, can't even think of an example. One day you're buying graphic tees, right? You're buying graphic tees, and then the next day you're buying some fancy prom dresses. You see how that's too big of a difference there, right? So when you're starting out, stick to the categories. Think of what I always want to say is when you're selling products, you really want to build a brand first. And that starts with thinking about the entire look and vibes and feeling of your boutique. So imagine your store, right? We all have online, we all want online boutiques, right? But imagine you have this store. What does that store look like? What does that store look like? The decor, the paint, what music is playing in the background, right? You know, what is the decor when you walk in? What is that feeling when you walk into the store? Is it light? Is it airy? Maybe it's edgy, right? So those are kind of things that you can think of to help you find your style of your boutique. So think about the whole entire feeling of your brand and your products and stick with that, right? That way you don't waste your money. You don't waste your money on inventory that doesn't relate to your ideal customer. So again, I know that's like totally going off topic, but I'm so passionate about you guys just starting your own unique look and brand. Okay. Sam says, have you used LA Showroom? Yes, I have. And again, if you want some actual vendors, if you want the exclusive vendor list, again, that is part of our community where I will give you actual wholesale vendors that I recommend. But yes, LA Showroom, fashiongo.net. Okay, let me go to my email to see if I answer some of these questions. Whew, okay. Okay, it's 11, so it's already been an hour. I'm fine with continuing. Are you guys? I don't know how many people are with us, but yeah, if I keep getting questions, I think we're good. So yeah, okay. Okay, Sarah Adams asked, she emailed me, and I actually recognize you, Sarah. We've had a conversation. You commented on one of my videos, so I recognize you, so I know we chatted before. And Sarah asked, is your course specifically for people who want to purchase brand new wholesale inventory? I'm more interested in building my business on secondhand inventory only. So this is a great question. And the answer is no. The course is not specific. Even though I do have, like, there's a video dedicated to wholesale inventory, and a lot of the lessons I do use the verbiage and the terms like wholesale products, but you don't have to have just only wholesale. Actually, in our members, we have quite a few members who are secondhand boutique owners only, who sell designer items, who sell thrifted items, right? And you can all take the strategies from each of the videos and implement them in your business. It's going to be the same strategy. So even though I may give examples of like wholesale boutiques or, you know, retail boutiques, you can still take the same strategies and apply them to your business. We actually have a boutique owner who on her website, she has one category of designer gently used items and one category of her wholesale new items, and she's branded herself that way. So her customers already know that this is what her boutique is all about. So they're not, you know, she's laid it out in a way that is clear, right? And yeah, so you can absolutely have a wholesale or secondhand boutique. We have many boutique owners in our course. And again, you guys, if you don't know, I know some of you may have not really seen the curriculum of the course, but basically module 1 So we have 7 modules, and within those modules, there's several videos and help guides within those modules. So module 1 is all about branding. So I help you find your target market. I help you find your niche or niche. And I help you, get your logo. I help you everything that has to do with building your own unique brand. So we have a dedicated video on that. So again, that can be for any boutique owner. And then we have inventory. So again, I do have quite a few videos dedicated to wholesale inventory alone, because honestly, that is my expertise, right? That is my to be honest with you. That is where, my experience comes in. But we also have videos on your inventory budget, how to manage your budget, and packaging your orders. All those videos can still apply to you. And then the third module is photography. So the third module is photography, how to take professional photos on a budget. So yeah, an entire module on photography, which can be for anybody. And what else? The fourth module is on your website. So I first start with a comparison of the platforms that I recommend, and then I walk you through how to add your pop-up email list on there, the key tools that you need to have on your website to have a high converting website. So I walk you through really designing and the key factors that you need onto your website to have a high converting, profitable boutique. And then we have email marketing, which is very, very important, you guys. Having an email list and building a relationship with your, number one, your existing customers. Having an email list is the best way to do that. And I show you exactly how to do that and how to add that to your website. And I'm actually going to be adding more videos in on how to get people to open your emails, how to get people to click on your emails, all those good things. So I really dive deep in each of those topics on really how to do that. So all those strategies are so important, because you guys, your returning customers are so important to your business. So we need to cater to every single customer, okay? And then we have Instagram. So I have an entire video dedicated to growing your following on Instagram and bringing traffic from your Instagram account to your website. So I really we have several lessons on Instagram because I truly love Instagram, and I think it's such a great platform to advertise your boutique. So I wanted a dedicated video on that. Hopefully you guys are still with me here. And then the last video the last module is influencer marketing. So let me know if you guys have heard of the term or the strategy called influencer marketing. Let me know where you guys are at in that, because I know this is still fairly new for a lot of people. So let me know if you guys have heard of if you know what I mean by influencer marketing. I'm going to explain it anyways, but I just want to know where you guys are at. Let me know. I'm going to read your questions, and then I'll get back to that. Okay. Yes, do you guys know influencer marketing? I'm going to explain it. Okay. So influencer marketing, when you think of an influencer, who do you think about? You think of celebrities, right? You think of bloggers, right? So basically, influencers are people who make an impact on their followers, right? They make an impact on social media, and they either have followers or subscribers or fans, right? So the power of social media marketing is collaborating with bloggers or fashion influencers and having your boutique collaborate with them, because they have a influence on their followers, right? People want to know what their favorite, think about people who you're following right now on Instagram and how they have styled something. How has that made an impact on your impression, right? Because people want to know what their favorite style, what their favorite influencers are wearing, are using, or where they're shopping, right? So that's really what this module is how to reach out to influencers, you know, where to reach out to influencers, what to do, that whole shebang about, you know, sponsorships, creating an affiliate program. So I walk you through creating your own affiliate program. So an affiliate program is where an influencer can promote your boutique and they have their own tracking link where, you know, if their follower clicks on their link and they purchase from your website, then they get a small commission, right? So that's what influencer marketing is. So I show you exactly how to create your own influencer marketing program, which is pretty cool, guys. So now is the time to get into the influencer marketing space. So I'm gonna walk you through it. Again, how to do advertising, how to do sponsorships, all that good stuff. And that is module 7, okay? And then we have some bonus videos, all that good stuff. So, yes. So if you join the wait list, then in a couple days, you will get the link to join the course. So again, I open the doors for specific groups at a time. So once you join the list, then that's the order you will be in, and then you have a short period of time to join us until the doors close, and then we move on to the next group of members. Okay? Cool. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm getting more emails in, you guys. Okay. Okay, Miriam asks, tips for your first month of starting your online boutique. So tips for the first month. Okay, so I'm assuming that your first month of starting your boutique, you launched your boutique is your first month, or you're getting ready to launch your boutique. Either way, really the most important thing is right, your website is where you're gonna be selling your products, right? So you really wanna make sure that what's on your website it's a professional looking quality website that really truly represents your overall brand, right? So again, going back to your photos sell your products, guys. Do not skip this step, right? Don't think that you can just you know, take a quick picture of your items and expect it to sell, right? You really want to put the time and effort into your photos and write the most descriptive descriptions as you possibly can. So think about things that people want to know when they're shopping online. What do you do? Like, what are your thoughts when you're shopping online, right? You want to know the measurements, right? Those are all important things. You want to know the material. You want to know how it fits. You want to know the details. Put as much detail as you can in your description. That's most important because, again, you're making a first impression. When you're launching, you're doing your website launch, and it's so exciting. And then people finally go to your website, but it's not a clear, easy, you know, process to shop on your website. Then, you know, then you're not going to get any sales. So again, leading up to the day of launching your boutique, you should create an Instagram account, create a Facebook account. And I always say, you guys, you don't need to be on every single social media platform that has ever existed. Don't overwhelm yourself, right? You really want to focus on 1 to 2 platforms at a time. You don't need to be on everything all at once, because if you are trying to spread yourself too thin, then you're not going to be an expert in that. You're not going to like, you know, conquer that platform. So if it's Instagram, be consistent on Instagram, you know, offer a exclusive early bird or, you know, launch day celebration coupon, right? So really amp up the excitement for your launch, right? Post it on Instagram daily, post it on Facebook daily. Yeah, it really just takes consistency and gearing up to your first month, and stay consistent, guys. Don't lose your own excitement and your own, you know, momentum when you're launching your boutique. Don't launch it and then we don't hear from you in 5 days, right? If you launch your boutique, stay consistent with you know, posting on Instagram. Stay consistent on sending your emails out, because I know in the beginning it can feel discouraging because, you know, you're starting from the beginning, so you may not have tens and thousands of followers on Instagram. But you guys, it does not matter the number of followers that you have on Instagram. I will tell you that, okay? I would much rather have 1,000 valuable potential customers following me on Instagram than 10,000 random followers who aren't not going to buy from my website, right? And it's not about the number of followers that you have. It's the number of valuable potential customers and followers that you have. So again, if someone decided to follow you on Instagram and maybe you only have 10 followers, those people took interest in your boutique, right? They have interest in your boutique. So even if you have 5 followers or you have 1,000 followers, you want to treat each of them the same, right? Treat those 5 followers as if you had thousands of followers, right? Stay consistent. You want them to remember your boutique, right? You want them to, that's why it's important, again, going back to your branding. You want people to remember your boutique. This is your boutique name. This is your logo. These are your clothing. This is your website. You want them to remember you. So just consistency is like the number one tip that I can ever give you, is to stay consistent. Okay. Oh my gosh, I answer your questions. I just go on and on. Okay. How do you make a size guide when you're ordering from multiple vendors? So what you can do, generally, the same sizes apply for different vendors. That's why, you know, you want to test out different vendors, because some vendors actually, some of their clothing may run small, right? So that's why it's important in the beginning to order 1 pack at a time, test out your vendors, because you'll come across vendors that, again, their sizing is a little bit off, but generally speaking, it's usually about the same. But that being said, for your own sizing chart, you can either do a general sizing chart that you create and put on your website every single time, or, I know this might sound tedious, but you can measure every style yourself, right? Or you can get somebody to do it for you. Measure every single individual style yourself. And that's one thing that can differentiate yourself from other boutiques. If you say, you know, we really cater to our shoppers and we want to make sure that you have, you know, all the information and the shopping experience is as easy as possible, we take the time and effort in measuring each individual style. You know, that's another option you can kind of think about, because especially when you're just starting out, guys, you're not going to have a lot of inventory, right? You'll be able to manage it. But again, down the line, maybe that might be a little time consuming. Then you can, once you start understanding your sizing, you start purchasing from the same vendors, you know, in most, you know, you start regularly purchasing from the same vendors, then you'll get an idea of their sizing. Then you can create your own general size chart, right? And then you can have your own general size chart. So does that make sense? Hopefully that helps you. Okay, you guys have some really good questions. Yes, these are really good questions. I'm glad you're asking these questions. So leave me a comment if you think that you would love to be a part of the Online Boutique Boss community. And let me know if that's something that you might be interested in thinking about, or if you have any other questions about the community. Again, it really wasn't something that was I really just came on here to chat with you guys and answer your questions. But because I'm getting a lot of questions about the community, I thought it'd be good to know if you guys are interested in joining us when we do our next launch. So leave me a comment and let me know if you have any hesitations about the course, or if you think it's the right fit for you. Let me know your hesitations on it, or if it's something that you're interested in doing. Let me know, because you guys, I've been doing this for 6, almost 7 years, and if I had this this course and platform, if I had a mentor back when I first started, I would have saved so much time, so much energy, and so much money. To be 100% honest with you guys, I spent so much on trial and error, and it was stressful. The first few years of my business was so stressful, you guys. It's always going to be hard work, but kind of like the mentality that you get, at times it can get discouraging. So if I had somebody that I can have as a mentor and always be there to ask my questions, and have other people who know exactly what you're going through, then that alone is like the most valuable part of the community, is having, because in our community we have a private Facebook group where all of the members come in, and they talk about their experiences, they ask questions, and then we do the Facebook Live Q&As, just like this one. We do one every single month, and yeah, you get to be with other people and other business owners who know kind of what you're going through. So yeah, let me know if that sounds like something you would love to be a part of. And or if you have any questions, you can email me at info@monikarosesf.com. Again, I'll put it in here, but I don't know if you guys can see my comments. info@monikarose. And what time is it? Okay. Okay, yay. Yeah. And then this is the link to join the wait list. Again, we'll be open the doors again in a few days for the next round. Cool. So Morgan says she signed up today and is so excited. Yay! I'm happy to hear that, Morgan. You must have been part of our waitlist before, right? So you already got your exclusive you already got your exclusive link. So I'm so happy. I'm gonna send you the details to the course after this video, so give me a moment. And then be sure to join our Facebook group and introduce yourself, guys. So I'm so excited to see that. Yeah, so yeah, I completely understand. I would love to, it's just my funds are limited. I completely understand that maybe it's not the right, timing for you right now, because I know it's an investment, guys. It is an investment. But just think, so I completely understand if you don't really, you don't have the budget for it right now, then, down the line, I would love to have you down the line. But again, I know that hesitation is there, taking the initiative and investing in yourself. It's a big step, but just think of the time and energy. And also, yes, the money will save down the line, to not try to figure this out all on your own. That's why I'm here. So down the line, it's a beyond valuable investment for you that's going to pay off, right? It's going to pay off. And yeah, so I completely understand that. Right now, maybe if you are planning to join us in the future, kind of think about your expenses right now. And because I get this question a lot, is how can I kind of manage my budget, right? And just kind of think about your expenses right now, and is there anything in your life right now that you might be able to hold off, you might be able to take away right now, so that you can invest in your business. And then down the line, when you start making money and start, building your brand and your business, then you can go back and do the things that you're doing right now. But again, down the line, I would love to have you when you're ready. And of course, if you're kind of hesitant on wondering, is it the right fit for you, then you can always join us. Again, I have a 30-day 100% money back guarantee where you can, the whole course is there for you. Like, it's all available for you. So you have 30 days to go through it, do the work. And if you still don't see value, then you get a refund. But again, I haven't given any refunds, you guys. Okay, let me go back to the questions. How long does it take to get your items once you've ordered from a vendor? Okay, so I kind of answered this question earlier. How long does it take? Again, it depends on the vendor. It can take several weeks, it can take several months, but in most cases, it takes a couple days. You know, it really depends on what you're ordering. The key here is call them, right? You can call your vendors and follow up on your orders. Say, you know, this item is available on your website. When can I expect it? And that's when they can, you know, expedite your order. So don't be shy to call them up and say, hey, you know, I just got an order in, just want to follow up. When can I expect it? Usually they'll expedite your order for you. And then when it comes to trade shows, that's another tricky thing, because you guys, when you're at trade shows, you're not buying right then and there, right? You're not giving them your you're giving them your information, but you're not buying your items right then and there. You're pre-ordering, and you don't pay for it until they ship out those products. So usually when you go to trade shows, they are in different seasons. So usually you're buying a season or two ahead, right? And then when those items are available, then they will ship them out to you. So when you're at trade shows, they'll have different sections where they have immediately available, or they have, you know, they'll be available in October, November, December, you know, depending on the season. So it's really just following up. You always want to follow up to make sure that your order is being taken care of. So yeah. Okay. Let me look through my email to see if I have any more questions. Otherwise, let me know. Okay. It's like 90 degrees today, you guys. Oh my God, I'm like sweating. Okay. I just want to see if I miss any questions. So Angela emailed me and she said, hey, I'm at work. I can't join live, but I need help generating traffic. Generate traffic, I mean, that's really a broad topic. Again, it takes consistency, and it takes you being on social media and being consistent with that. The best way to get organic traffic is through social media. Okay, I think I answered all the questions in my email, unless some of the questions were the same. So, okay. Okay, guys. I think, you know, it's been an hour and a half. I'm so happy you guys are still with me. And yeah, this has been so amazing. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think I need to start my work day now. Right now, in our course, I have a how to price your products lesson plan. And right now, this is an exclusive video for our members only. So I'm finishing up our pricing video. It's actually 4 different sections on how to price your products, how to make sure you're making profit, how to include all your expenses in your pricing, all those number things. I'm doing a dedicated video on that. So I want to make sure I complete that today. So I need to get my work day started and get that up for our members. But yeah, how to price your items, another bonus video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can let you guys know about the community. But if you found today helpful, at all, then you will absolutely find the course and community even more helpful, because I really go into even more detail on every single topic, and I really show you and give you examples, and I tell you the strategies, and I walk you through every step of the way. So if you thought that this Q&A was helpful, then you are going to be you're gonna find so much value in the course and community. And again, it's lifetime access, guys. So as long as you're in it, you're in it to ask me questions forever, right? So that's the great thing about it. And it's also work at your own pace, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed to get through everything all at once. That's why it's also lifetime access, so you don't feel rushed to get through everything. You can take it one step at a time. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for doing these videos. You're very, very welcome. I've tried to get help from local boutiques and owners and not helpful. Yeah, I know, yeah, I can understand that because, again, like I said, it takes years and time and energy and effort to really get this whole thing, to really understand this whole boutique owner thing. So I totally understand. But that being said, I've always enjoyed teaching and coaching. That's something I've always loved doing. And even when I was in school, I went to the Fashion Institute, and I remember they asked me, what do you want your career to be? One, I said I wanted to have my own boutique. And two, I said I wanted to come back and be a teacher at that school. And really, never in a million years did I ever think that I knew I was going to have a boutique, right? But never in a million years did I think that I could actually be a teacher and do it in a way that I am able to do it to reach out to all of you online, right? Instead of going in an actual school, right? An actual, you know what I mean? An actual college, an actual program where I'm able to create a program that is much more detailed than anything I've ever learned in college. I'll tell you that. They don't tell you how to actually open an online boutique in college. And this is a fashion school. Right? I went to FITM in San Francisco, and I studied merchandise marketing. And I thought, I'm going to learn everything there to open a business, and I'll be on my way. But that was not true. I didn't learn everything I needed to know. Really wasn't how to open an online boutique. That really wasn't a lesson. So I really still had to figure everything out. But I just always loved teaching and coaching. And that's why I started my YouTube channel, and that's why I started the community, so you guys can always have a place to go to for help and questions. So yeah, I don't know where that whole story came from, but that's a little bit about me. And again, thank you guys so much for being here with me for an hour and a half. This has been amazing. I love doing these. And again, if you have any questions, you can email me, you can follow me on any social media. And yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. I know I said that already, but I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. And thank you guys so much. And I hope to see you in our community very, very soon. I would love to help you to really grow and up-level your business. I want you guys to be an online boutique boss because it can be done. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.